So good evening. We are Great Phermesia group. We're going to give our presentation on our Minecraft game community blog. So first, I'm going to introduce what is Great Phermesia and what we're doing. We're a group of composed with 6 developers, 2 DevOps and 1 BA. We built a merge stack community blog platform for players, especially for the Great Phermesia server. Great Phermesia is a Minecraft server for player. It's a player blog and it's a player base about 300 players, and the server welcoming players from all around the world. And then there's slogans: we want to be the best and to be made up of the best. So here's our group members, and our DevOps is going to start with introducing what they did with development and deployment. So welcome our DevOps, William.
Hi, I'm William again. Now let me introduce the front-end and back-end service on the Google Cloud first. We also have a set of front-end and back-end service on AWS, which is realized by Kevin, my DevOps teammate, who will introduce later. The front-end server is the Google Storage bucket with the HTTPS load balancer, and the backend is deployed in the Google Kubernetes engine cluster with 2 nodes and a load balancer. The backend service is also provided by 2 Lambdas with their API gateway. The Lambdas are written by Norris and Colleen. They will introduce the functionality with more details later. The DNS is administrated by Ali Cloud by routing the domain names to the front-end and backend load balancer, respectively. Both the front-end and the backend utilize the typical Jenkins pipeline. The front-end run npm install and npm build first, and then upload the built web pages to the Google Storage bucket. The backend pipeline build and push the image to the .hub, and then deploy the services to GKE. The send email and user avatar services are provided by a classic Lambda and API gateway structure in the CloudWatch. The CloudWatch plays a key role for developers to monitor and locate the error results. In my opinion, it's also an important bridge that connects the developers and DevOps as a whole. I created for developers some Google and AWS accounts with read-only access and resolved some hidden errors. For example, the first time we called the send email Lambda through gateway, it always returned 200 status code. That means success, always successful. When dig deep into the CloudWatch logs for the gateway and Lambda, we found that the errors lied in the Lambda error handler, and Norris resolved it successfully. Next, please. Next, okay. In terms of Terraform, I tried 2 ways of realizing the Lambda with API gateway structure by Terraform. The first one is to integrate Lambda functions into the Terraform repository, which is the way that our DevOps hands-on used. For example, in this example, we can put some different Lambdas under the function folder. It's easy to understand and realize. However, when the repos were getting larger, it became harder to maintain. The second method is to separate the Lambda function with Terraform by putting them to a different level. By doing this, the repo size won't be a problem, but every function needs a repo, no matter how small it is. But nothing is perfect. I recommend the second one, especially for a large project with a lot of Lambda functions. I realized that the Jenkins pipeline for both types. The first type is just to run the Terraform init and apply commands when triggered by repo source changing. Well, the second method is just updating the Lambda function, providing that you created the corresponding Lambda and it will already. Okay, that's all. Before Kevin starts, I also want to thank my teammates, Kevin, Max, Norris, Colleen, Mel, Toby, Thomas. I have been very happy with you over those days and nights. Now let's move on to Kevin. Thank you.
Thank you, William. My name is Kevin. DevOps engineer for our project. Good to see you guys. Today, I'm going to introduce you the AWS deployment architecture and the benefits of using AWS Elastic Container Services. First of all, let's move on to our first section, the architecture on AWS. As we can see, our project has divided into two parts, front end and back end. Let's say if users want to visit our website by entering the URL in the browser, it will redirect the request to Amazon Route 53, which is highly available and a scalable domain name system service hosted on AWS. And the traffic will then be routed to different URL and resources based on geographic location where the user is currently located in. The reason why we utilize the CloudFront is that we want the user to experience faster content delivery time when they visit the web page, so that it has greater possibility to retain our website. Then all the static web contents and assets are all stored on S3 bucket. But enabling version control, DevOps and software engineers can quickly switch between legacy versions and the latest one. Next, we move on to backend infrastructure. When users want to perform some CRUD operations on the website, such as registering their accounts, the backend API request will then be sent to the backend URL for further processing. Then it reaches the internet gateway on the AWS VPC to determine if the request pass all the criterion. Then they will be passed to load balancers to spread its traffic loads to several target groups. These target groups, typically in our case, is our ECS infrastructure, which all of these components are located in public subnet for public access, containing multiple ECS instances with auto-scaling group for high availability, so that if the internet traffic surges, the infrastructure can swiftly scale up accordingly to prevent unwanted disaster. Then all the ECS instances are all connected to MongoDB or DynamoDB non-relational databases with restricted access, which means that the URI of the database won't be exposed to public so as to prevent malicious attack. Finally, we successfully reduced the project deployment time for 35% by utilizing Jenkins' continuous integration and continuous delivery pipeline throughout the entire project with agile software development lifecycle. And next page, please. Let's move on to our second section. Why do we choose ECS for our backend deployment? First of all, is AWS integration in its nature. Due to ECS is a dedicated container service running on AWS cloud, you can smoothly integrate it with the other Amazon services which are useful for containerized workloads, such as Elastic Load Balancing, CloudWatch, CloudFormation, Elastic Container Registry, and IAM. The second advantage is cost efficiency. Because ECS itself is free, you just only need to pay for Amazon EC2 resources you use on demand. Additionally, you can utilize spot instances, and it can dramatically reduce the server operations expenditure up to 90%. By adopting ECS, companies could save huge amount of money and invest surplus in other business or technical areas to gain advantages. Lastly, is the learning curve for DevOps engineer. Compared to other container services, it allows seamless deployment of tasks directly from the AWS Management Console or AWS CLI. And it's super friendly for junior engineers to get their head around of this amazing technology. And let's pass on to Mel for further discussion.
Mia, I think you need to turn on your mic. You have your mic off.
Sorry. So sorry. Okay, I'll start again. Okay, thank you for our DevOps introduction, and also thank you for their make the great contributions to our project to ensure our project running smoothly. And I will start with the homepage from the development part. And so basically there are three parts in our homepage, which are a brief introduction about what is Phermesia and also what makes Phermesia special comparing to other game communities, and how to allow the users to join in their Discord server, which is the most important social media community from Phermesia. And for the banner part of the homepage, we embedded a video here to allow the users to immerse in the game and to make the homepage more visually appealing to the users. And also we made it responsive. Now I will pass it on to next Toby. Yeah.
Thanks for the mail. Hello, I'm Toby, and thanks all for listening. And let me introduce the About Us page. To begin with, when I built this page with our team members, we decided to use the material UI to build everything. However, after a short-term try, I just feel like MUI cannot reusable for the whole page. So I just have a discuss with our team members, and after that, we decide to combine the SASS and MUI to build this page. You can see that there are three main parts in this page. The first one is the page banner. The page banner, thanks for the knowledge to use that set and set reusable in the APP component or something like that. And the second part is the mission statement. And mission statement, I add a photo on the right hand. And the second part is a photo album. Photo album, we got three photos here and display space between. Yeah, let's move to the next part. Colin.
Oh, hi, this is Colin. As you can see, this is a very normal register and login part, and I'll make it short because it's nothing special. You can see when you try to sign up, every information you input has been validated, and the notice will show just under the box over here. And if you fulfill all the requirements, the sign up button will become the blue. That means you can start to click it and start to sign up to do the register. And the next page will show, and the next page will show what you have done after the register and login. The first one is the register page, which will have the special welcome about and to ask you to log in, because at that stage the user didn't log in yet. And the second picture is about what happened after the login. You can see the username has been showed on the component. It's quite special for everyone. Yeah, I think that's all the parts, all the functions for this part. And next, welcome next Mel to introduce the user profile.
Okay, thanks, Colin. So I will briefly introduce two pages here, the user profile and the account settings. So firstly, the user profile page is to allow is to like fetch the data we stored within the Redux to show like the user data, including the avatar and also the username, and also like introduction from the users. And once the user click into this edit button on the right side, it will get into the next page. Yeah, so on this page, there are two parts. Basically, the first part is edit profile, and the second part is change password. So on the edit profile part, users can change their avatar and also to make changes to the user information. And once all the informations are validated, the changes will be saved. And here at the bottom, it will be showing up a successful message. Otherwise, it will be showing at this image with some error messages. And for the avatar part, once the users are updated their information, our API will check the data passed in, and if it included the avatar, it will be calling a Lambda function, and the avatar will be uploaded and resized and then saved into the S3. Okay, let's move on to the next page, please. Okay, so here is to allow the users, once they log in, if they would like to change their password, they can type in their current password and also the new password. And the API will check if the current password is correct, and if it is correct, it will, and also if the new password entered are validated, it will be saved with the new password here. Otherwise, it will also be showing up the error messages. So basically, that's the user profile part of our project, and we will move on to the next part. Thank you.
Yeah, when user trying to log in, but he or she forget the password, so we just create a forget password page. We can easy to entry that from the login page when the user forget password. And we have an email check system. If the email not exist in our database, it will show the user given email doesn't exist. If it is success, it will send an email to the users email. Yeah, and after that, you can see that it's similar with this one. The user will get a token URL. When the user click that, it will pass the user to the reset password page with a token. And at that part, here, for example, here is the reset password page with a token. When the user trying to resend some password, it will judge by joy function. If the user password must have one number, lowercase and uppercase letter, and at a minimum of 8 characters. If not suitable for that, it will show the right one to remind the user get a correct password. If confirm password, if not match the password, it will just show the password not match. And after that, if the user succeeds to reset password, it will give a success page, and it will show something wrong. And when the user gets a success to the password, the token will resend to the backend. Yeah. Okay, next part.
All right, thanks, Toby. So basically, when the user have okay, so basically, I will be talking about how our core component, the forum feature will work. So when the user first went into the forum page, the component will initiate a HTTP request to the backend server to request for data. The backend server will then use a few stages of a Mongo aggregation pipeline to process the data and return it to the client-side application. The data return are similar to what you can see on the right-hand side. What the component do with the data when it has that is it will first iterate through the arrays and check for all the categories available, and then it will store this variable in a state and generate the category tabs component for user to switch between different tabs of the channel. Yeah. And then once that happened, when user click on the tab, what we did here was we built a reusable list table component that takes a table config to define the columns of the table, and then it also takes the mapped child that's generated it's basically, then it takes children, which is basically a mapped out component. I forgot to include that component in this list here, but it's basically category data. It's another list item or channel list item component that will display what you can see in a screenshot on the left. When this is generated, user can see how many posts is stored in this channel and what the latest one is, and they can click on the name of the title to go to the channel that they want to have a look at. Next page, please. All right. So once the user goes into the channel page, very similar things happen as well. The channel page will initiate HTTP request to the backend server along with and by passing in the channel ID of this channel, and then backend server will take this ID and find the correct document in the database. Then a very similar thing will happen as well. The backend server will run through a series of different stages of aggregation pipeline to populate and look up, match, populate, and filter the data that the front end client will use, and then return it to the front end client. And again, once that data is received by the component, we will use this reusable list table component and render out map out the channel data in it should actually be a post item component, but I misplaced that again. And this post data will have all the information that the user will need, such as the name of the post, whether it's pinned or not. Well, if it's pinned, it will be on top. I actually don't have a pin on this screenshot, but if it's pinned, it will be rendered at the top of the list. But if not, it will just be ordered by the what's it called? The object ID that MongoDB assigns to it. and then it contains just other useful metadata, etc. And then user can click on this, click on each post item just to go to detail page and to see what the chat is, what the post is about. Yep, and that's it for about the forum page and the channel page. And now I'm gonna pass on. Now Thomas will be explaining the detail about our post detail page.
Thank you, Norris. Let me talk about the Postbox. Our Postbox is the essence of the website for you to interact with the community. Therefore, this one has to be extraordinary. This Postbox we deliver has all the major functionality user needs for a standard social media platform, which including media, movies, and of course, emojis. User could choose to preview those post content while composing. This box is designed as a dialog box, which is as well adjustable to the height for the user needs. The submission of this post content is simply string HTML. Any user who log in could open this post box. With help of the global component in router configuration, user could carry this post dialog while browsing our community forum. All right, let's welcome our team leader, Max, to introduce the comment component next.
So I'm going to introduce the post and the comment page. So basically, this page consists of 4 components, which consists of the post, the comments, and the button and this editor. So first we have the display post. So we get the post from the backend, and we actually displayed we parse the HTML from the poster editor to here, and we display it as like this. Then we display the comments here. We render the comments from a list of comments, and if you are not logged in, then your name will leave as a guest. If you are logged in, then you will have your name and your avatar here. So then you just type in the comment editor, and it will show the comment here. And the submit form actually submits gets the data from reducer and sends the user ID and the post ID to the backend, so the comments can be related to the actual post they should be related to. And this is an example of the whole page of our post and comment page, and which that's the post, and these are the main posts, and these are the comments with the box and the button. Now I'm going to give a short demo on our website. So let me refresh it first. So as you can see, we have a video I took from Phermesia, because our client also wants to use this website as a advertisement for this server. And this is just a general description, because we didn't get the actual information from our client, so we use a placeholder for all of those contents, and I think we can add those later. And we have a snapshot for the Discord server. So if we click on here, we can join the Discord server of Great Phermesia. And also we include their Instagram and Discord link here. So let's pretend I'm a new user. So here, like Colin mentioned before, if we leave it empty or like it's not following the rules, it will show like content to ask you to fill in the blank. So I'm just going to here's my username, just Max, and just enter a password, and I'll have to confirm my password here. I'm going to just okay. Never mind. Yeah, so we have the welcome aboard after login. So I'm just going to log in and log in with my email. So now I can go to the home page and watch this video again. I'm not going to waste time here. So we have the profile page, as Mel mentioned. So we can edit the profile, which I can choose I just choose a like random avatar. So the picture will be compressed here just for because it's avatar and it's not going to take a lot of space. And I'm going to just click on upload. It takes some time because of the server issue. And meanwhile, I'm going to just do my Discord tab. If I upload it like successfully, then this message will show saying I successfully uploaded my avatar. I'm just going to use like it's like gamer. Okay. So it will say like changes have been saved. I can change my password here, but I'm not going to show it like right now because I have to log in again. So if I come back to my profile again, I will have my avatar showing here, and I joined and also my Discord tag and my name tag here. Next, let's show. Here is what Toby talked about, the about page. So we have like the information and like we have photo album here. So if after clients give us like more photos, we can add like more photos here. So next, let's go to our main components, forum. So forum, like it's like Norris talked about, we have 4 different categories right now for the channel. So gaming discussion hot topic. And if we just go to random one, so you can see we have this create post box here. So we can create post, and also because this would go with my scroll with my page, so I can hide it and just display it. And also like when I type here, let's create a post, just like a new post, and like just like something. Yeah, I can have like my text preview here. No, I need to modify here. And also I can upload some picture here. Get it expanded. Okay. Yes, and I can add like emojis. Something one. Yeah, just add a title here. As a post title, you cannot like create like repeated posts if the post is already exists. This system will just stop you. So I will click create post. The posts have been already created successfully. So let's go refresh my page. Yes, I can see my new post created by my account. And just come to this page. I can see this is a post page with new post with my avatar. So if I just reply to this post, it's like just like new comments. I can just submit like some comments here. Also, we also included the function to have some videos in the. Also, we can also include videos because it's HTML5, so we can have videos here. We have the link from YouTube for this one. I'm not going to expand it. So if you're not logged in, then your name will show up as guest. If you are not logged in, then you have like your name and the avatar. So then I'm going to show. So here's the logout. So if I log out and I want to like go back log in again, and I forget my password, then I need to use like forget password. I'm going to just input my password. Then it's going to send an email to my, yeah, it's kind of slow, but yes, just more. Why am I not getting my email? Takes some time sometimes. Sometimes go to like junk. Where's my junk email? So I know what. Yeah, this is like what I did. So like a normal page should look like this. This is just I tested it before, and we can click on like. Let me see if I can get it. No, I can't. Okay. Okay, never mind. So if I get this email and I just click on here, and I'm going to reset my. Okay, let me see where. Reset my password here. Just yeah, because I input like different password. Why? Password not match. Okay. I'm going to just reset password. But because I used like a link which is already expired, so it's had like, oh no. But why am I not going to? Let me try another account. I'm going to send an email to my another account. And go to just check my emails. Yes, here. I can reset it here. So I can just click on reset password or just this link and just prompt me to reset my password. So I'm logged in, or I can go back to this page. Okay. Now let's go back to the PowerPoint. Okay. That's all for our presentation. Thanks for all the members. And our DevOps have contributed a lot to our group. And also thanks for all the developers worked really, really hard for this project.